Jody, you've come to one of the hardest places in the league and come away with a pretty good result today. Talk us through it.
Yeah, delighted with the point. I thought the lads fought right to the end, and defensively had to withstand an avalanche of long throws and stuff like that, which is difficult when we've also not got the biggest team on the pitch towards the end of the game. So, no, really pleased with the point. We're going to play a lot better than that with the ball. But as far as we've got 3 of the back 5 there making their first start of the season. Rhys Jones been out for so long, and I'm absolutely devastated for the lad that he's now got another injury. He's had injury after injury, and he would have been one that I would have much preferred not to have started the game, but just where our bodies were, we felt that he'd had enough training in the bank, and he felt great at half time. He was saying how well he felt, so I'm just gutted for it's the poor side of football, that when you're having to walk off and the lad's got a lump in his throat, and then you've got the other side of it where you've got Minnow, who's come through the ranks. He's a Swindon boy and makes his first league start of the season and does great. Like I said, I was delighted for him, and like I said, Joe Tomlinson's been out injured, so for us it's very much a makeshift back 5, if you like, and it's a poor goal for us to concede with them. Gifting them that first one. Although we had to withstand a lot of pressure, granted, in the second half, I felt that it was a good performance from the lad to grind it out.
And given all the setbacks you've had in the lead up to the game with injuries and all sorts of other things, what made the difference today with your side's performance?
I just think they stuck together, and they had a little bit more belief in the second half. I felt that obviously when you can bring on Wakey, who couldn't start the game because of the kind of fatigue that he'd had in the week in his hamstring, another one that kind of brought him on earlier than what I wanted to. But when you can have a threat up top, obviously Rush was a nuisance, and because obviously Leyton Orient are kind of committing bodies forward and having a bit more of a high line, there was certainly opportunities that we highlighted before and at half time, saying that when we win the ball back, there's certainly opportunities for us to get big chances, and we felt we had that in the first half and maybe chose the wrong pass a couple of times. But that's sometimes the beauty when you play against good teams, because Leyton Orient for me are the best team in this league. When you play against good teams, when they are committing bodies and they're braver than most, you do leave yourself a little bit more open, and thankfully we had a decent bit of pace there with Rush and Wakey to punish them.
In the first half there, it really was a case of end-to-end stuff at times, wasn't it? And potentially slightly unlucky to go in a goal down at the break. Yeah,
I mean, the thing is though, I wouldn't want to say unlucky when people haven't done their jobs on set pieces. The whole point of us doing set pieces, we covered it yesterday on the pitch, covered it with the video before the game, and when people are not doing your jobs and you get punished, I'm the first to try and look for an out for the players, but that's just poor from them, and you can't do that with any team at any level. But then when you're playing away to the number 1 team in the league, I mean, you're asking for trouble, and credit to the lads to be able to bounce back and get something from that, but we shouldn't have been in that position in the first place.
And you have touched upon it already, Rhys Jones. I thought he was probably one of the most standout players in the first half, and as you say, gutted that he's had to come off with an injury there.
Yeah, absolutely devastating. I just said it to the lads there at the end that I want to make sure that the players will make sure they're getting around him, because it's a lonely place when you've been injured for a short amount of time. It's bad enough, it's the worst thing as a footballer, but when you've had it repeatedly like he has, and when you've shown the drive to get back and the mentality to train as well as he had in the last 2 weeks since he's come back, as I said, I probably wouldn't have started him if he wasn't as thin on the ground, but he certainly would have been pushing because of the way he's trained, and even talking to him, like I said, he felt good. He looked good in the first half. It looked like he wanted to impose himself in the game, and that's what we was looking forward to. And then even there, just talking to him walking off the pitch, he's devastated, and he just said how good he felt. He said, I can't believe it. He said, I felt really good. I was surprised with how good I felt. Sometimes you get that when, I said it before the game in the team talk with the lads, I said, obviously addressing the fact that it was some of their first starts and all that, but it's an opportunity, and I touched on Rhys being out for so long. This is exactly what you're waiting for, your opportunity to get back out and do what you love. And it's hard, it can be heartbreaking at times the way football can kick you in the in the gonads.
We'll go with that one. With Harrison as well, obviously his first league appearance for Swindon as well, to come in for a game like this as well and show a really calm head, and he played really well too. You must be really pleased.
Yeah, delighted. I mean, it's great for the Swindon fans to see one of their own. Again, another one. I said to him before the game that I didn't know anything about him until we plucked the ball out of the air against Gillingham when he come on as sub when I was watching from the stand. And I said I hadn't seen that since. To be fair to him, I said, but he needs to embrace the opportunity that he's got and be confident. And I thought we started the game slow, to be honest, and there was a few that I was disappointed with how they were individually at the start. But he certainly wasn't one of them. I thought he stuck his chest out, showed a bit of guts and personality, and yes. Is he going to make mistakes, and was there things that he needs to do better? Of course there is, but as far as showing what you got and, like I said, sticking your chest out and showing a bit of mentality, I was delighted with him, and I'm pleased for him because he's a good lad.
And you mentioned before in other games, but especially in this game, putting in a really dogged performance, but having substitutes that can come on and make a real difference is so important. Jacob Wakelin's done exactly that today as well.
Absolutely, and I got to say, I said to the lads there, I was delighted when the goal went in, and there's people on the bench that are jumping and celebrating who haven't seen any game time at all at the moment, and were disappointed not to be starting, not to be getting more minutes. But it was good to see them, and even before the game, a real togetherness in the dressing room. And I just said that at the end there. I said I don't think you can come away with this point without that. And it's going to be important between now and the end of the season. They're not silly. They know that there's injuries left, right and centre here. But what you do get, and I said, not only an opportunity individually, but an opportunity as a group to maybe claw back some points that we've dropped in maybe some unfair circumstances. So, all right, we've got one back tonight. But to do it away at Leyton Orient is, in the manner in which they had to defend as well at the end, was really pleasing.
Just finally, despite all the setbacks, performances do seem to be improving week in, week out. How impressed are you with that, given the circumstances and the players are coming in, playing out of position? A lot haven't had a lot of game time. As a manager, that must be really, really pleasing, and something to build on as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think from the physical aspect, we're certainly getting better. The previous two games, we've broke the season record for the total distance covered as a team twice. So we've done. I mean, I don't know what today will look like, but I think that if you're looking at people like George McEachran's performance, I mean, I think he was everywhere, and I think that it's important that you keep building on that, because the other side of the game, as far as the technical side and the tactical side, yes, there's plenty to improve on, but the fitter and the more aggressive you are off the ball and want to try and work as a team, will give you more opportunities, like we did in the first half, and winning the ball high where there was moments that we can punish, and obviously the technical side comes in, but the fitter we get and the better we get as far as running off the ball and working together as a unit all over the pitch, defending from the front, but also attacking from the back as well, making sure that we're ready to get high up the pitch. The better we get at that, the better chance we'll have of being able to impose ourselves on the game from in possession basis as well.
Superb today and well deserved.
Cheers, mate.